Today we're going to be talking about adverbs. Adverbs is one of my very favorite things to use in sentences because it adds a little spice and a little pop to my sentence. Let's start with the definition. An adverb describes a verb, another adverb, or an adjective. So usually adverbs describe a verb, but sometimes they can describe another adverb or even an adjective, and you'll see those in our examples a little bit later. But do you see in the word adverb, there's a smaller word that says verb? That's what makes me remember that an adverb usually describes a verb. So adverbs can answer questions like when, where, how often, and how much. So we're going to take each of these question words and we're going to give examples, and then we're going to put it into a sentence so you can see it in action. Let's start with when. Here are some examples of adverbs answering the question when. Last year, last month, yesterday, today, tomorrow, last week, later, soon, now, tonight. Now let's use it into a sentence. Here's our example. My dad and I drove to the baseball game last year. It was so much fun. So in this sentence, we're going to be describing the verb. My verb in this sentence is drove. Can you find when I drove in this sentence? Find the adverb. If you said last year, then you're correct. When did I drive to the baseball game? Last year. Let's try our next question. Our next question is where. Here are some examples. There, inside, here, back, above, beyond, downstairs, outside, behind, anywhere. Now let's go to our sentence example. My cat pounced behind the couch to try to catch the mouse. Remember, we're answering the question, where? If my cat pounced, that's the verb that I'm going to be describing. Pounced is my verb. Now, where did the cat pounce? What's the word that describes that? If you said behind, then you're correct. Let's go to my next question word. How. This one is usually used for adverbs. Here are some examples. Secretly, quickly, well, easily, slowly, cheerfully, closely, calmly, badly, beautifully. Now here's your bonus. These words usually end with ly. If you looked at that list of examples, you'll see that almost every single one of them end in ly. Now, not always, but usually these how words end in ly. So let's look at our sentence example. I walked cheerfully up to the counter to get my ice cream cone. Remember, we're answering the question how. My verb in this sentence is walked. How did I walk to the counter? If you said cheerfully, you got it right. Let's go to my next question. How often? Here are some examples. Never, sometimes, often, usually, generally, occasionally, rarely, normally, always, seldom. You'll also notice that some of these words end in ly as well, ly. Let's go to our example sentence. I always ride the bus home after school. Where is the verb in this sentence? Ride. Ride is my verb. So how often do I ride the bus home? If you found the adverb always, you're correct. Let's go to my last question. How much? Here are some examples. Fully, almost, extremely, entirely, to, fairly, very, barely, enough, little. Some of these words end in ly as well. Let's look at our example sentence. My mom is extremely tired after she cleans the house. Can you find the adjective in this sentence? Tired is my adjective. Very good. Remember, an adverb can describe a verb, another adverb, or an adjective. That's what we're describing in this sentence. So think about how much she's tired. What is that adverb describing that? If you said extremely, you got it right. Those are the 5 questions that we use to answer to help us find the adverbs in the sentences.